Yeah. My son and dog went inside. She said she ain't gonna be out here for this. Too much excitement. All the rain. But I think it's cool to be beautiful rain. The only thing I hate is you had to get in the car to go somewhere, and then the glasses get all spotty, and you don't want to just wipe them with anything because you scratch them. And I got my glasses from Zini, which is pretty cool. I still got my prescription. Supposed to get one every year, but I can still see. I couldn't see my old glasses because they're all scratched up, but my new glasses, I can see the frame's a little bit shorter, but that's the one that was in the computer, so I just ordered. And what is so cool about these glasses, see, it's not even too bright out here, and they have a slight tint. So normally your progressive lens, they don't get dark inside the vehicle because the sun's not shining directly on them. Well, these do. They cost a little bit more, but it's worth it because I can be inside the car and it's bright and they'll darken up, which I don't know if there's something new, but it was new on the website since I ordered glasses from like 4 years ago. So it's pretty cool. I still got one. I had 2 jobs where you had to wear safety glasses on top of your glasses, and the vibration walking around, they scratched the glasses all up. But now I got these things. It's like rubber inserts you can put right here, and it's legal to have them as safety glasses, but you can still scratch these up, but you're not having outside friction, and I can still see. And if it gets wet, a little dust, I can blow it off, or I can wait till I come home and use my little cloth to wipe off the glasses. I appreciate all you guys subscribing. I just love it posting, and I'm not really doing anything right now. I'm supposed to have some kind of team meets about substitute teaching, so we'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna trim my beard tonight, but it's crazy. The kids nowadays scare me. They have no filter. There's no consequences, and eventually, what's going to happen? They're going to either artificial intelligence going to be doing stuff, or they're going to make a bunch of laws, and we're going to become more socialist and for the collective instead of individuals if we don't learn how to behave. It's just a matter of time. You abuse your freedoms and they take them from you. But hopefully it won't happen. But I don't know how you handle this, but I seen a teacher last night on YouTube, and the lady in his class was cheating on a test. She was looking up answers. So he takes her home. Well, she gets a mace bottle and sprays him with mace. And holding her hand out for the phone, he can't see. So he goes, and the other students in the class just filming it. There's no, they got to come to school. They get paid by the federal or whatever for them to come to school. And then the kids just do what they want. But even online college, even this bus exam that I'm training, most of these things, they have tests you can take. So you take the test, and there's the old way of school is remembering everything. So you take a test, you read the questions, you try to learn information, and you learn how to take the test. Now, some of the newer methods, some of the better schools that you can actually get a job with, they'll go over a bunch of information, and it's up to you to figure out how to apply it. They don't give you the exact answer. It's like, well, they taught you this and taught you that, especially like the CPA exam. You have to know the laws and the rules, and then you have to know how to apply it in different situations. They won't just say, at least that's what I've seen. It's like an applied knowledge. But a lot of these tests, you take them. You can take them many times you want. So this has like 25 questions. You take it 4 times, and you got to get an 80, but you can keep taking it. And you can get a test bank of like 70 questions, depending on what you're studying for. But that's not the actual test. Now, when you go to take the test, a lot of the online schools, they'll have a proctor, and you had to pay extra for it. And they'll get a video cam. They'll take the video cam off your computer, and they'll make you scan the area, and then they look at your computer, make sure you're not cheating, and they listen to make sure nobody's giving you answers. So, if you don't know how to figure that out, then you have to legitimately know how to pass, because you're at home, but they're kind of watching you. Or you can get somebody who's a certified proctor, and they can set you up in a room at their location, and you can take a test. But I just thought that was interesting that, the ladies cheating, all the answers on here. You have Chat GPT, which is outdated. Siri and Google probably have more information. They're just not capable of maybe writing the paragraphs like the Chat GPT, but some of their information is a whole lot more current, and nobody can remember anything. Can't remember your phone number, and your computer, it's an extension of yourself. Just about anything you want to look up, got any questions, concerns, most people turn to automated their computer, Google. The only danger, you got to be careful when AI, if it becomes more evolved, AI could be giving people a whole bunch of false information. And, but we have enough people that are crazy in the world that believe a whole bunch of weird stuff that they only want one narrative. They don't want to listen to nobody else. And they think you're wrong if you don't agree with them and have your own opinion. So things are crazy. But yeah, just wanted to share that, so, if somebody's cheating on a test, the whole point of school really is just to teach you how to be a good employee. They don't teach you entrepreneurship. They don't teach you how to manage your checkbook. They teach you how to come to school. So you show up like you're showing up to work every day, and you do the assigned task, and then not a paycheck, but you get the next level, and then you get a diploma where it says, hey, I went to school. I was able to come to school without getting in trouble, and I got a diploma, so I can do what you need me to do, and they're not going to teach you how to run your business, and a lot of people that try to teach you that are going to scam you or not tell you what you need to know. So trying to break out of the structured things that we do is rough, because it takes money, time, and a lot of time to try to figure out what you're doing. Because if you're going to be a successful, lemonade salesperson, or somebody that gets a truck and gets an LLC and a business and starts delivering packages for money, and then you got to travel, or if you're going to grow vegetables, it takes a lot of time to do all that, and you can do anything you want. Just matters on what you want to do. If you want to do taxes, and then software starts replacing things, people were out of work, and now the bosses want them to come to work. And eventually, if people stayed out of work, the companies will probably start sending all this stuff overseas, So it's crazy. You just got to keep the grind. Somebody cheating on a test, I don't know what you do. You just kind of tell them, and hopefully they do the right thing. But, if they're so scared they're going to make a bad grade by cheating on the test, what do you do? It ain't worth getting pepper sprayed for. I just let them cheat and just tell them, hey, don't do that, and they're not going to do anything about it anyway. But at least karma comes back on them. I remember this time I was a door greeter. I was clean shaved, and this guy they had told us to look for things, and we wasn't accusing people of stealing, even though I guess it seemed like it. But the guy was having kind of a hard time, I guess, and he come in, most time you buy something, people unlock it. Like if you buy a wallet or whatever, they unlock it. A lot of times they wouldn't, but he wouldn't show me the receipt. So he bought this wallet, like $20-something, and it was sealed up. And every time they come in there, he gave me a hard time. I mean, he even had his mother call up there and said I was harassing young people. But then after that, every time they come in there, I just try to be professional and polite, and they'd laugh and giggle, and I'd say, how you doing? And, wouldn't escalate it. Well, eventually his car got broke into, and they stole that wallet. And he told me about it. And then every time he'd come after that, he'd let me check his receipt and all. But it's like he just didn't have any idea of what he was doing, and just thought that behavior was sociable until something bad happened to him. So karma's a thing, even though people don't realize that. But, if you do something wrong, you go down the road, your tire fall off. I mean, things will come back on you. And a lot of people who spoke against things, it ends up coming back on them. So the best thing is to do the right thing. But, you can't always teach that, but karma can. So, why did that happen? Oh, I shouldn't have done that, So, just thought I'd share that with the rain, sitting on the porch, and then figure I'd make YouTubes. Who knows who watches it? I see a lot of people watch it. Some people don't like it, and then some people defend me, so that's kind of cool. But, it ain't for everybody. But I see a lot of stuff I don't like. I don't just leave crazy comments. I just keep rolling. But, don't bother me. If I was going to do a school teacher, I know it's real bad. I talked to a junior. I thought she was at school at KFC, and she said the ninth graders are bad. But, you got the hormones and all that, so they're going to say anything. And there's no repercussions, and you just have to overlook it. They're there, they're forced to be there, or they'll be in truancy. Well, you're getting paid. So, whatever you want to do to make your job easier. So, I just thought I'd share that with the rain and sitting here, and I'm supposed to be studying, I guess, for the school bus driving, but, it's kind of rough. 2 hours in and 4-hour break, and then, it's only like $17,000 a year. But substitute teaching might be good, and if I can handle it without falling down or, don't die or something, then I might go for teaching. Because it ain't bad money. I think a teacher with a bachelor's degree is like 40-something thousand. And if you teach 3 years, you can do virtual training. And I see 2 jobs a day. I'm pretty decent in math. I had to study a little bit, but I understand it. English, a little bit rough, but, as far as high school level, I'm probably okay to the most part. But, they have tutor jobs, $30 an hour to be a tutor. I don't know if you get full time, but it wouldn't be as bad as teaching. You have to know the information. Once you go over it several times, you'll know it. When I was in high school, algebra just kicked my butt. I love geometry, trigonometry, but after I had to keep taking it, and then I finally understood the concepts, and then I seen some teachers, they just knew how to do it forwards and backwards and do all the checks, but a lot of times you don't have time to learn that. They're just trying to teach you enough to where you can make a good score, because if you fail, then it's the teacher's fault. You come to school, don't want to be there, it's the teacher's fault. So, you can't win. So, learning all the math and everything. And then somebody was talking the other day about how teachers were Mr. So-and-so and Miss So-and-so, but there was a couple teachers. Now, it wasn't with all this new stuff, but some of them would tell you things. I remember if you had a problem in high school, it's weird. It's like little cliques and all that, and you really couldn't date anybody in high school because if you didn't have the car and all that, it's like a social status thing. It wasn't really real. It was just make-believe. And one of my teachers told me, he said, hey, he went to college, and, his girlfriend he was going to marry ended up that wasn't faithful. So he told me something real personal, and I was just like, man, so you try to learn from experience, and hopefully it doesn't happen to you. You hadn't even got to that point yet. But they tell you things, but I don't know, it wasn't as bad. You had to realize where they were coming from, and teacher, student, sometimes the students teach the teachers. Teachers supposed to be teaching students, but a lot of stuff that people know, they're teaching each other. Like, you go as an apprentice on a job, you might have more experience dealing with finances or 401ks, and other person's pretty good at doing the electrical work, but he don't have any idea about finance. He spends all his money. So they can still learn from you, even though they know more of the trade. They can still learn something else. Or they might have terrible relationships, or they might think, hey, I just bought a brand new car for $40,000, and you're like, man, I could get one for $7,000 and not have a payment, and just keep it up. Maybe spend $1,500 a year on repairs or less. So, just certain things, the way you look at things, your perspective. Some people, even on a cruise ship, they'll go and they'll look at these beautiful rooms, and they cost a fortune. Then you got a room that's on the inside with no windows, and then you got one with a balcony. So I'm kind of somewhere in between on certain things, and other things I don't care, you know. So it's just all about a matter of perspective and everything. And I got to rambling on, talking about the rain and everything, just sitting here trying to figure out what to do. I got a couple of TV shows I like. I like The Simpsons. I'm behind on The Simpsons. I get into other things. I have a bunch of movies. I used to love watching movies. Now I like watching TV shows. I don't know if it's because the TV shows are shorter or they're better. Because a lot of movies that I see are being released, they're only rated like a 5. And you'll be watching them, falling asleep, you know. So the other TV shows are like almost a 7.9, almost 8 out of 10. Like I like this one show. It's kind of weird. It's called From. And I think it's in the second season, and it's playing now. I forget what channel. I use a 123 movies series or something like that. And it has all the TV shows and all the movies. And, you know, I also have pay TV too, like YouTube TV. But From it's a whole community. And not a spoiler alert if you want to watch it, but these people just go to this community, and at night the sheriff has to ring a bell. So everybody goes indoors, and they have like a little talisman that they put up, and these monsters, they look like people, but they're monsters, and they only come out at night. And then daylight, they're gone. You know, they sleep during the day, and they're like hunting people at night. So you have to be indoors at night. You can't go anywhere. So they're trying to figure out how it works, and new people keep coming, and the monsters. So it's kind of reminds you of maybe, not exactly because it's a whole different twist, but like the 100 or Under the Dome, you know, a show like that. It should be on Sci-Fi, but I don't know if it's on Sci-Fi or not. But it's a decent show, you know. And as the show goes on, they explore, and there's more and more stuff that happens. Like these people wasn't that bad. And then he meets different type of things that aren't human, and they can't escape, you know. And then one lady, she was going to get married, and she talked about this lady, and then the lady ends up on a tour bus and comes into town. And how rare is that? And it's like these people, they have a big map of the United States, and all these people been drawn from different parts of the United States. They just crossed into this vortex and ended up in this town, but you can't get back out. You run around and run out of gas, and then these monsters will come after you at night and laugh at you, smile while they're coming after you. So it's a pretty good movie. So I just wanted to share all that, ramble on, and, you know, talk to somebody. I'm out here by myself, except for the little dog. He come out here, well, she come out here, and the storm's kind of cool. I'm just chilling out before I go in, enjoying the peace and quiet, and, you know, thinking about work or not thinking about work if I got to go one day. But wish me luck. Maybe this substitute teaching thing, hopefully, it probably won't let me wear blue jeans, but I'd love to wear blue jeans, you know. And not medical advice, I started taking a vitamin B12, which it feels better, but I still got some mobility issues. So, you know, we're just chilling out. Got to see my little grandbabies today, and I'll load them on the end. But thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and, you know, I know world's crazy. Don't let it get to you. As long as you can got breath in you, you wake up the next day, you can always improve your situation. You just got to decide what you want to do, how much time you want to commit. You want to have a life of freedom and not be stressed out, or do you want to stress yourself out, earn lots of money, and then leave it to somebody else? Or you want to be in between, you know, or you want to be by yourself or somebody else. You just got to decide what you want. Nobody knows till they're really in it, and then they're like, oh man, you know, it's not what I want. So you never know. Everybody's different. You have to have somebody who knows how to fix the door. Somebody else says, hey, the house needs cleaning. Somebody else has a different opinion. But we all need it to be together because it diversifies everything. So it'd be boring if one person's seen something one way. So, you know, I like doing this because eventually maybe if I'm gone, my kids will have lots and lots of content to watch. I think I got, I don't know, 1,400 or 1,600 videos that I load about every day, especially food. Don't do the long content as much, but, you know, a little bit. Like yesterday and today, but it rained, so it's cooler, so I was able to keep talking. If it was hot out here, my phone would have probably gave me the overheat warning, you know. But we just chilling out, enjoying life, and, you know, trying to get my son where he'll be self-sufficient when I'm gone. And, you know, my daughter's doing okay, so all I got to do is worry about the grandbabies, try to be an influence in their life, and, you know, who knows, help as many people as I can. And there's all kind of people all over the world that might be in a crazy situation that might say, hey, okay, we can do this. So you never know. Never know. It's fun. And I watch videos myself and, you know, see if my mind's declining or what kind of ideas I was thinking about at that time and what was driving me to go where I'm going, you know. So thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all having a great day. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll talk at you later. Well, rain coming down now. I can still sit on the porch because it's not blowing, but if it's blowing, it'd come up here and wet me on the porch. Hey, look at that. Isn't that crazy? Woo! Well, this might be the last time I'm filming a video with the lightning, but nah. It went chow. What's the old rule? The lightning flash, and it was like 1/1000, 2/1000, so there's 20% of a mile, so it's probably about 3/10 of a mile. So, you know, we got all these trees here, so hopefully the trees will hit the trees first. But yeah, it's like 85 degrees now. It feels like it's done dropped down to 70, so when the rain happens, it drops all the pollen and humidity and makes it quiet because you can't hear nothing. All you hear is the rain, you know, just chilling out. Hey!
Are you playing with your feet?
Hey!